I've had a number of people reach out and ask, given the current environment, now that the market's low, are there any opportunities or ways that I can best position my money? First, I want to congratulate you for having the correct mindset and understanding that we're going to get through this bear market just like we have every other bear market in all of human history. But I wanted to create a video here just as an official response. Regardless of any market environment, coronavirus or not, before you make an investment decision, you need to ask yourself, what is the goal here? What's the purpose? What does success mean to you? I'll give you a quick example. Every new client comes to me and says, I want to get better investment performance, save money on taxes, and build wealth efficiently. Great, you came to the right guy. So let's say that I'm able to do all of that stuff, but you still run out of money at age 70. You build wealth as efficiently as possible. We checked every one of those boxes. Maybe you got better than market performance. You cut your taxes in half, but the plan still failed. So you need to make sure that you have the purpose of those dollars and your metrics of success. Now let's assume that you're trying to build wealth for the long term and you have a 20+ year time horizon. What stocks should you buy? Well, the short answer is nobody knows and nobody can pick stocks with any level of certainty and consistently beat the market. That is just the honest truth. And if we look at the CNBC gurus like Jim Cramer, he's getting absolutely crushed by the market and he's not alone. There are thousands of mutual funds that are trying to beat the S&P 500. Almost 90% of funds are underperforming the market. So if there are thousands of mutual funds out there with virtually unlimited resources and they're doing incredible amount of work, how are you and I going to try and pick a stock that we know more about than the analysts do? And to be totally honest, even if you know information that isn't public, you're not legally allowed to trade on that information. I wish we could tell that to some of our US senators, but that is the honest truth. That's how the SEC is designed. So when you go in to buy a stock, there is someone out there that is actually selling that stock. And have they done more research than you? Because of the technology that we have and we can buy and sell stocks from our phone or computer at almost any time, I believe there's a huge disconnect with the competition that we have. I mean, it's not a perfect analogy, but saying that you're going to buy and sell publicly traded stocks and beat the market on a consistent basis is basically like saying that you could go and beat LeBron James one-on-one in basketball. I mean, nobody says that. Nobody believes that because we can see his talent. We can watch him do amazing things. I mean, sure, maybe you could hit a half-court shot and score, but does that mean that you're going to win on a consistent basis? Now, with all that being said, I'm not going to say that growing your wealth faster than the market is impossible. For example, I own a small business. Do I think that my business next year is going to grow more than the market? Absolutely. If you have a skill or if you're in the driver's seat and you're the one that's really working at it day in and day out, I believe that you can grow your wealth faster than the market. But as far as using your wealth and as a savings tool and using the market as a wealth building tool, my advice to everyone is to try to get market returns. And statistically, it's allowed us to double our money about every 10 years, which you're going to be doing a lot better than average investors, which there's a lot of research showing that average investors compared to the market are getting about 50% of the returns, and that's because of bad behavioral decisions. So we need to focus on the things that we can control. What is your savings rate? What is your spending rate? You know, how are you using tax advantageous accounts? Should you use traditional IRAs or Roth IRAs? What about 401ks, 403bs? There's a lot of different wealth building tools out there, and trying to use them to the best of your ability, focusing on things that you can control, is what's going to continue to build your wealth. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you for watching.
Can I get a 24 real good time? 2 10s, I'm not trying to go crazy.